You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what he actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Monday, happy Moon Day, and happy birthday to some very famous Virgos. Arguably the most famous Virgo, maybe next to Mother Teresa, Michael Jackson, would have celebrated a solar return today. I just have to say, there are a lot of really famous musicians that are Virgos that have just incredible, excellent voices. John McCain was also a Virgo, which is kind of surprising to me, but it's all about service. I get it. And Liam Payne, I think, isn't he in One Direction? Somebody fill me in. Speaking of incredible vocalists, Leah Michelle is a Virgo. William Levy. Ingrid Bergman, love her. She's a Virgo. Anyone else we need to note today? No. I mean, Michael Jackson is enough, right? That gives enough credit to the Virgos of the world. Hi, Katie. Hi, Corby. Happy Monday. Hey, Rachel. Bailey, happy to see you here. Well, I hope your Monday is going well. It's a true moon day because all we're talking about today is the Libra moon. That's the main energy we're feeling. But I'm curious, if you're joining me live, how did your weekend go? How did that square between Venus and Uranus, the opposition to Saturn thrown in there, how did that little love triangle play out for you? Right? She's such a Virgo. Such a Virgo. Yeah, I mean, I noticed I like to, when I forecast, I'm very optimistic about the transits. On Instagram, Pink Lemonade says, my mood has been spicy. Yeah. I'm really optimistic about the transits. I'm a big believer in speaking what you want out into the universe, being positive, getting positivity back. And, you know, we talked about these transits on Friday. We talked about issues, things that are unexpected popping up in relationships, fears, doubts popping up in relationships. But, these transits were hitting me hard this weekend, even into today. I've been tested so many times. You and me both, Bailey. You and me both. There's a reason I did not come on here until almost 5 o'clock in the evening today because, you know, I want to be in a good energy, in a good headspace, and to be totally vulnerable and honest with you, peeling back the curtain of perfectionism this Virgo season. I was not in the right headspace to come on earlier in the day, but I still wanted to be here with you. This lights me up and fills me up, and I'm grateful that you're all here joining me, and maybe even some new people able to join in because we're streaming at a different time. A lot of learning about expressing myself and finding peace. Two themes that definitely make sense with Venus and Leo, definitely about expression, right? And then finding peace. Now's the great time to do it with the moon in Libra. Great time to find some peace. Happy Monday to you too, Renee. Hi from Canada. Hey, Nikki. I witnessed the new moon squaring Mars. Yeah, that was the other transit. Thanks for bringing that up, Rachel. This new moon squared Mars. So aggression, impatience, definitely popping up as well. Cake fight, food fight between my sister and her sister-in-law. Quite entertaining. That's a fun way for the new moon to square Mars. Definitely a healthy way to express our aggression. I hope everybody found a healthy outlet to express their aggression, but I have a feeling some people had short tempers over the weekend. Lots of random concerns about finances, flashbacks from my childhood that have led to them, insecurities coming up. Venus opposing Saturn. Yeah, definitely. And my friends who are Libra risings, Taurus risings, Aquarius risings, and Capricorn risings were probably really feeling that tense square between Venus and Uranus and the opposition to Saturn as well. Yeah. Hi, BB. Happy you're here. Feeling that too. Really drained and irritable. It was an interesting new moon. The moon is now waxing, we're gaining light, we're picking up the pace a little bit, and hopefully there will be some renewed optimism. The moon's transits today are mostly positive, as we'll get into. Hey, Michael. But, we're still feeling that opposition between Venus and Saturn. We are still feeling it today. They're still within a degree of each other. Happy Monday to your 3-year-old. Hi. How cute. That makes me so happy. See, this is why I was like, I can't miss today. Can't miss it. I need you all. I need all of your beautiful energy in my life. Brought a lot of awareness. And that's all we can ask for during tension is for awareness. Hi, beauty. So, if you can gain the awareness in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the stress and the fear, the anxiety, then in my opinion, you're doing life right, because we can't avoid discomfort. Part of the human experience. But if you can gain awareness or lessons from it, then more power to you, right? Drained, frustrated, and confused. Confused about nothing in particular, but just confusion and feeling like needing clarity everywhere. I felt not myself, absolutely drained, so emotional. And just be where you are, Jackie. Also, the moon opposed Neptune yesterday, I believe. So that could have brought up some confusion over the weekend as well. The new moon, too. Feeling tense. Want to do everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. The new moon squaring Mars. It's like we need to do it all, but then also we have like super high expectations from that Virgo new moon, and it's like, where do we start? Yeah, beautiful. Observing the people around you experiencing the transits. This is why I love astrology, because we can be like, ooh, babe, you're feeling that. Ooh. My friend, you're feeling the transits. It's okay. It's going to be okay. We can have a little bit more awareness, right? Body and mind are both wanting to go into hermit mode, rest and restore after this weekend. Give your body what she needs, right? Yeah. Surrendering to witnessing the wave, riding it with observation instead of judgment. Judgment has been coming up a lot for me lately, not necessarily me falling into judgment, but just the concept of judgment, witnessing other people being judgmental, witnessing myself being judgmental too, of course. But this is a great little tidbit to lean into with the moon in Libra, the sign of the scales, the sign of judgment. Where are you maybe judging other people? Where can you be a little bit more of a witness or observer rather than the judge? Hugs to you. And again, love when you guys are vulnerable in the chat. Isn't it so powerful to witness other people's vulnerability and be like, oh, wow, I'm not alone. I'm feeling it too, right? Yeah. Is Venus going to combust? I hear it goes every 8 months. What? Oh my gosh. Fill me in. What's happening? Okay. Oh, Venus. Is it Venus? Is that what we're talking about? I don't know. Okay, let's get into the forecast. The sun is in Virgo, of course. Virgo season is in full swing now that we've had that new moon in Virgo, and the moon is now in Libra as of about 2:30, 2:45 this morning. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's bring up the current chart, show you what we're looking at, what energy we're working with here. This is a great time to be talking about the energy because we have the moon opposing Jupiter right now as we speak. And we love when the moon opposes Jupiter, right? It's a nice transit to talk about, to be in. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this. All right, so let's go through chronologically, though, what we've been feeling today so far. So we actually started the day with a conjunction between the Libra moon and Mercury in Libra. Remember, let's take a moment for Mercury here. Mercury in Libra at 3 degrees. You can see the moon is right next to Mercury right now. So the conjunction happened at about 9 o'clock this morning exactly. But we were feeling this through most of the morning. And Mercury is in its shadow period. Mercury goes retrograde in about 11 days. So Mercury's in its shadow period. If you're starting, on top of all the tension that we felt with this new moon, if you're starting to notice a few like tech glitches, communication issues popping up, it's kind of like a little preview of what's to come during Mercury retrograde. Now, that's not to say like, hold on, Mercury retrograde is going to be terrible. As I mentioned, I don't like to catastrophize with the transits. It's just not my style. Call me a blind optimist or a toxic optimist, but I won't catastrophize. But it is nice when we're talking about awareness, being the witness, to notice, okay, am I communicating effectively? Is the point I'm trying to get across coming across effectively? Sometimes things get lost in the shuffle, and that can start to happen during Mercury's shadow period. And the things that are coming up now could be revisited during Mercury retrograde. So just another element of awareness. But when the moon and Mercury are together, are conjunct, which happens once a month. This time it happened in Libra this morning. It's like our emotions and our mind are one. So you might have felt like you needed to express your emotions, or that your emotions influenced your logic in a lot of ways. Because anytime we have a conjunction between two planets, it's like their energies are merged or blended. So with the moon ruling our emotions, and let's just back up for 2 seconds here. Let's talk about the moon in Libra, because we haven't really had a Libra moon in 28 days, right? So when the moon is in Libra, we really process our emotions through relating to other people, seeing another person's perspective, bouncing those emotions off of others. We can be more open to other perspectives, but we really want to feel loved. That's really what it comes down to. Libra is all about love, beauty. So we want to feel loved. We crave feeling loved with the moon in Libra. And that's why we like being around other people. We like those one-on-one connections under a Libra moon. Now, we can also be a little bit indecisive during a Libra moon. That's kind of, I won't even say the shadow side, but it's like, we could do this or this. It's always the or with the Libra moon. My little Libra dog out there barking her head off. So the Libra moon, right? We're feeling this over the next couple days. It's a time to relate to other people, to process our emotions through relating to other people. But the Libra moon is ruled by Venus. Venus is opposing Saturn, squaring Uranus. So there could be tension coming up in relationships that really make us feel emotional with the moon in Libra. Now, this morning, coming back to the first transit of the day, the moon conjunct Mercury might have made you feel more comfortable, or even this need to express those emotions through your words. So you might have felt like, I need to talk about this to somebody else. I need to talk about my emotions in this one-on-one setting. And also, it can be difficult to differentiate between our emotions and our rational mind. If it logically makes sense, then it's true. Or we can take our emotions as true because our logic and emotions are merged. This does make us better at expressing how we're feeling. So today is a great day to do that, to share how you're feeling with other people. The Libra moon can help us be a little bit more eloquent and mindful and balanced, especially because Mercury's in Libra too. There's an element of eloquence and loveliness to our words. But again, relationships are experiencing this tension right now, so that could be coming up too. A great way to use this conjunction, and by the way, if we look at the chart, the moon and Mercury are still 4 degrees away from each other. So by all accounts, they're still conjunct. We usually have a 5 to 8 degree orb or window that we use when we're talking about conjunctions. So journaling would be a great way to use this transit to get your emotions out through your rational mind by writing them out, using your words. Mercury being the planet of communication, of logic, of intellect, using your logic to process your emotions. We just, again, don't want to make judgments. This is where judgment is coming back in, judging ourselves in our rational mind for the emotions we're feeling. Like, oh, why am I feeling this way? That can be a little bit of a shadow of the Libra moon. You know, Libra, I love Libra energy. I have a stellium in Libra, okay? It's lovely, it's balanced, it's harmonious, but sometimes Libra can be a little judgy. Sign of judgment, sign of the scales, right? So just being mindful not to judge emotions as they come up, either from you or from other people. If someone is confiding in you, remember, we're all craving that bouncing off of someone else. We all want to be loved, and sometimes we just don't know how to ask for it. And so that can come up as like, well, this is how I'm feeling, you know? And so just be mindful of other people maybe craving love and trying to bounce their emotions off of you. We don't all have all the tools in our toolbox to be able to ask for what we need all the time, or be the kindest or the gentlest when we are feeling needy. So just be gentle to other people, lean into that nice Libra loving energy, and witness wherever judgment is coming up. Rachel says, this has been coming up a lot for me. I keep having these conversations that revolve around others' perspectives and opening my mind to it, but it's like disconnected. It's weird. I can totally relate to this because it's really hard, for me at least, you know, when not even in conflict, but if somebody has a perspective that's different from mine, my ego or my rational mind wants to be like, no, that's not right. I'm right. It's Virgo season. We all want to be right. That's another fun little layer to the cake today. We all want to be right. So being able to witness other people's perspectives, something that I found myself saying a lot this weekend, dealing with tension popping up, was like, thank you for bringing that perspective to my awareness. I didn't see it that way. You know, but it is weird. It can feel like you're disconnected from it because I think a lot of us are so used to, like, what's the best way of putting this? Like, a lot of us are so used to, like, we want other people to feel our feelings, you know, like we want you to feel how we feel. Definitely Libra moon energy too, right? Kind of that enmeshment almost in relationships. And so it can be weird when someone almost detaches, or when you detach and you're like, oh, that's how you feel. Okay, I don't have to take that on, but also I'm not going to judge it. You know, it's a learning curve. I'm still learning. So I'm right there with you. Yes, Venus. Combustion. Venus is going to combust? I have not heard this. Give me more info. I need to know. I mean, I haven't heard that Venus is going to like blow up or anything, but something going on with Venus that we need to know about. Has anybody else heard about this? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so that was the first transit that we really started to experience today. And you might have felt that coming up, really wanting to process your emotions through your brain, through your words, verbalize them, bounce them off of other people. I literally wrote in my journal that I was grateful that there is no right or wrong when it comes to my thoughts, and making sure not to judge them or me. Give myself grace. This is the energy of the day today. This is why we do these live, because this is a co-creation, and this is exactly what I needed to hear today, and what probably a lot of other people need to hear today. So thank you for sharing that, Corby. Witnessing our emotions, not judging them, right? Just being the witness. Yeah, and that Neptune influence, fogginess, the moon opposed Neptune yesterday, that definitely makes sense. And, you know, we're far away from this, but the sun will come into an opposition with Neptune in the next few weeks as well, because the sun is in Virgo, Neptune is in Pisces. You get the idea. Okay. The next transit that we started to feel this afternoon, 1 p.m. So again, we're still feeling this. All of the transits we're talking about, we are still feeling as we speak right now here live. If you're finding this video later, even just a couple hours later, you'll probably still be feeling most of this energy. Yes, leaning into the self-love. No more shaming myself. Thank you. Oh, interesting. I've got to look into this. I've never heard combustion as a term for astrology, a retrograde Cazimi. Interesting. Yeah, well, when Venus moves into Virgo, that could happen, because cazimi is when a planet and the sun are crossing over each other. So yeah, in the next few weeks, there will be a Venus cazimi for sure. I'm not sure exactly when though. I'll have to look into that. 1 p.m. was chaos. I got you. I'll tell you why. I'm not laughing at your chaos, but just laughing at the universe. Okay, so 1 p.m. The moon trined Mars. Our friend Mars causing a little bit of aggression, right? Moon trine Mars. So the Libra moon here in an air sign in Libra, right? Trine Mars in Gemini, 5 degrees. So that was 1 p.m. Again, we're still feeling this trine. So when the moon and Mars harmonize with each other, it is a positive angle. It is a balanced angle that we're looking at here. However, it's important to note that Mars brings a lot of energy, and a lot of energy can pop up and come through when the moon harmonizes with Mars. And if we don't have a productive outlet for that energy, people can be a little feisty. Somebody even said on here, I'm feeling feisty. Yeah, that's the moon trine Mars. It can give us a lot of aggression and energy and motivation to work with. So energy is energy. That's Mars. Mars is just pure energy. And it's like, what direction are you going to put it in? What are you going to do with it? If we don't know how to work with it, it can come up as anxiety. So especially with this trine happening in air signs, it can feel like a lot of mental energy right now. Even what you're all saying in the comments, like, I don't know what to do. I'm like it feels like a little bit chaotic. Mars can give us motivation. So my suggestion, just looking at the transits to you, if you're feeling that anxiousness or that energy, or there's a lot going on in your head right now, is to move your body, move the energy through you. But Mars can ruffle some feathers for sure. And Mars in Gemini too. Mars is going to be in Gemini for a while. Mars in Gemini is like, squirrel, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and that. Oh, but what was I doing before? It's like this kind of, I don't even want to call it chaotic. It's like variety. It's like multitasking. But when it's harmonizing with the moon like this, it can also pick up or play into our emotions. Like we need to do it all right now, Yeah, I was motivated, but the collective was intense, even driving. I could see that. Moon trine Mars at 1 p.m. People are just like, I need to get to where I'm going right now, like kind of aggressive, right? And not even in a bad way or a surprising way necessarily. If it was Uranus, I'd be like, ooh, watch out for surprises. But just a lot of energy this afternoon for sure. And again, if we don't know what to do with that energy, it can be chaotic. It can be anxious. So thankful for you. This totally reaffirms how connected we all are and not alone in these experiences. If astrology has taught me anything, it's that we are never alone. There's usually thousands of other people feeling the exact same or very similar emotions that we are feeling. And it just takes us tapping in to be like, oh, this is kind of the collective energy right now. Can you still be go for changes? It looks and starts. Yeah, I think Venus cazimi can be a really powerful transit for new relationships, new insights in relationships. I just don't know exactly when it's going to happen. It's probably a good month out. I don't even know if it will for sure happen in Virgo because it's not on my radar yet, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it soon. Oh, at work, I work in a rehab hospital, major energy shift. Did they get a little like antsy? I could see it being antsy, like we need to move. We need to move this energy. Yeah. All connected. Love you all. So yeah, that was the energy this afternoon. Definitely like this get up and go energy, but if you don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, that can be anxiety inducing. So if you're still feeling that anxiousness or that energy building within you, make sure you have a productive outlet for it. And it's never too late, never too late. And then the final transit or connection that the Libra moon is making is happening right now. As you can see on the chart, the moon is opposing Jupiter. This transit started playing out around 4 p.m. It'll be with us for the next couple hours. I'm a big fan of any Jupiter transit. Jupiter, the planet of optimism, abundance, higher learning. I love that we're having these conversations as the moon is opposing Jupiter. I feel like anytime there's an opposition, it's like holding up a mirror to us. Like Jupiter is the mirror of our emotions, helping us gain higher awareness right now through these conversations, through relating to others. There's been so much relating happening in the comments too, which is really cool. So I guess the comments are probably over here for you guys. But anyway, it's like we're all relating to each other, and Jupiter's here to be like, it's going to be okay. It's all good. There's a higher path, right? Jupiter can also boost the energy as well. If you've ever seen a graphic of how quickly Jupiter rotates, it's got like how many moons? 73 moons. Jupiter's a lot. Jupiter's energy is a lot. So that can also kind of keep the energy really high through the end of the day today. And it can be very optimistic. Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Hello. So yeah, the moon opposing Jupiter does generally bring a lot of positivity, a lot of optimism. But the thing about Jupiter, especially in an opposition, is that it's very easy to go overboard. Very easy to go overboard. So we want to make sure, again, we have a productive outlet for our energy today. We don't want to go too far, push the limits too far, push our body too far today. Like lean into the good vibes for sure, but also lean into the balanced energy of the Libra moon. Make sure the scales aren't being tipped too far. Jupiter tends to be like, whoa, okay, we're going all out. We're doing all the things. And you don't want to deplete yourself or overextend yourself or get yourself into a sticky situation. If this transit was happening on like a Friday or Saturday night, I'd be like, don't go out and go crazy. But a Monday, most people probably aren't in that vibe. If you're feeling like it though, maybe it's like the moon opposing Jupiter could be like, I just need to do it all right now, especially Jupiter and Aries. It's like, just do it, go for it, you know? So moderation is your friend, but still move your body. Still keep that energy moving, but keep moderation in mind. Yes, grounding necessary. Great tip. Yeah. Like, lean into the energy that's coming up right now. Use it to your advantage, but stay grounded, stay balanced, keep those scales, you know, stable, right? Definitely. We miss having you here. I just saw your comment on Instagram too, your Mars and Gemini. I know when I think of Mars and Gemini, I totally think of you, Court. Like, and I'm excited for your Mars return. I feel like it's going to be great for you, renewed motivation in a lot of different ways. But Court is like doing this and this and this and this and posting, and it's a little bit like impulsive and lots of variety and very fun, very light, very chatty, you know, definitely Mars and Gemini. So yeah, those are the transits today. And just a little review, because we're feeling them all kind of at the same time. The moon, yeah, chaotic AF. Take it from someone with Mars and Gemini. Mars is going to be in Gemini until March of 2023. We're here for a while, my friends. So Court knows, she lives with this. Okay, so the energy, just like another take on the energy before we wrap up today. The moon, conjunct Mercury. People feel like they need to express their emotions, like we need to verbalize them or write them down. That's fine. Make sure you have a productive outlet for them and you're not over processing. Does that make sense? Like over analyzing your emotions. It is Virgo season after all. Moon trine Mars over here. Lots of energy picking up this afternoon. Easy to get motivation, easy for that motivation to come through. Yes, but also anxiousness can come up too if we don't have a good outlet for that energy. And then the moon opposing Jupiter can easily tip our scales, make us go overboard. So we want to lean into the optimism, abundance, good vibes, but not push ourselves too far. Make sure, like, picture yourself as the scales, stay centered, stay balanced. I swear to you, I wrote the forecast. I reviewed the forecast this morning. My scales definitely were getting tipped. Things were very tense in my house today. And I literally wrote, stay centered. And I kept coming back to that in the midst of like conflict. Let's be honest. Life is not perfect. And I was like, just stay centered. be the center of the scales. It's going to be okay. So, sometimes we can't predict everything that's going to come up for us. But for me, at least, astrology is a great reminder, and checking in with the transits, like, how can I use this energy, the energy of the Libra moon? Like, how can I stay centered? How can I keep the peace? And that's not to say we have to be people pleasers to keep the peace. That can be a shadow side of Libra, but how can I keep my own internal peace, regardless of, Grace, I think, was saying, other people kind of getting antsy or aggressive. How can I keep my own peace amidst this, right? Jupiter and Aries too, like, talk about people getting a little aggressive. So just how can you stay centered? How can you keep your own peace? Mars in Gemini is like an amusement park. We're gonna have fun. I love that analogy. That is actually so perfect, because Gemini energy loves to play games. Mars and Gemini, people love to play games, especially when it comes to aggression. People are playing all the games with Mars and Gemini, and that can be fun. Like, talk about a productive outlet for our energy. Play a little, like, flag football or rough and tumble, you know what I mean? But don't go overboard, right? Don't do a full tackle on someone, if you know what I'm saying. Or a board game could be a nice way to get that aggression out, like, not physical aggression, just like play some Monopoly. That can really get the juices flowing, you know what I mean? Yeah, carry selenite. Got it right here. I always have it with me during these live streams. Just be the clear channel, just let it flow through. Don't let anything get stuck in here. Let it flow through me. I have the same placement, Mars and Gemini. Love-hate relationship, right? It's like lots of motivation to do all the things, but you can use it. It's like I said, squirrel, like, oh, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to get distracted. And like the amusement park, there's so many attractions here. With Mars and Gemini, there's so many attractions. We're motivated to do so many things, right? Finding peace amidst the chaos. It is always available. It's always available. And the Libra moon over the next few days is that reminder that we can find peace in our own emotional state. We don't have to let other people's emotions affect us. Even, those of you with small children. I can imagine, I don't have small children, but I do have small dogs that are like little toddlers. And when they get fired up and aggressive and barky, I'm like, I can feel it in my body. And I have really had to learn to have, like, emotional boundaries. Like, don't let the dog barking get me all fired up, So the Libra moon, yeah, this actually is a perfect time to move to our affirmation of the day, which is simple. I am centered. I am centered. I'm centered. I'm grounded. I'm peaceful. I'm not going to judge you if you're not, but also I'm not going to let your emotions affect me, and that can be easy to do with the moon in Libra. So having boundaries, staying centered, staying grounded, and witnessing other people's emotions without judgment. All right, let's finish out today with a card pull from the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. No particular reason. It was just already out and I hadn't pulled from it yet. And I was like, you know what? I think it wants to be pulled from. My son and my dog have been spicy. Well, that trine, moon trine Mars, that can be a little spicy, right? Yeah. My peace will ripple out to my children. It's a practice for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that can be the most powerful thing when you do find that place of being able to stay centered when everyone else is trying to throw things on your scales. We're just going to stay with this Libra analogy. If you can just stay strong and centered, it's like they can't affect you. And then I hate to say this, but it's like the I am rubber, you are glue. What you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. When you're centered, when you're like, yeah, I'm not going to let you affect me, then it bounces back and you're the one who has to deal with those emotions. And with relationships and focus under the Libra moon, that can be coming up if our partners or our close friends or even our children aren't as evolved as we are. And evolved sounds like a judgmental word. I don't mean that as like better, that we're better than anybody else, but maybe not as aware. There we go. Not as aware as us. You know, it can be a big learning curve or a lesson when we stay balanced and force them to kind of work out their own emotions. And that is part of this Libra moon energy, processing our emotions through relating to other people. Yeah. I have a feeling that you're experiencing this, Jackie. Yeah. Or aligned. Yes. Aware, aligned. Yeah. I want to get away from the word evolved because, yeah, we're all on our own personal evolution, and someone could be evolved who is not as aware as us, but they've already made huge progress in their lives. So there's no destination. It's all a journey, you guys. It's all a journey. I am rubber and you're glue. Like the little kid thing, you know, when people were mean in elementary school. You don't know how many times I said that. I am rubber, you are glue. What you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. I was bullied a little bit, so now I'm just more resilient as an adult, you know. But, and also with the moon conjunct Mercury, it can be tempting to say these things. It can be very tempting to say these things, but we can just say them to ourselves, you know, because also take the lesson that I had to learn the hard way in the past couple of days. Like, we don't need to say everything that's on our mind. We don't need to say everything. So just in your head, I am rubber, you are glue. And honestly, this is a great practice of protecting your energy. Like, literally picturing that. It's the same practice as like, I'm not going to let your negative emotions enter my field, my aura, whatever you want to call it. Like, I am rubber, you are glue. It literally is like sending the energetic signal, like, you are trying to like put your emotions on me and process your emotions through this relationship, but I'm not going to take it on. So just be the rubber. Be the rubber. That sounds weird. I'm putting it in one whole page of my life book. That's funny. I'm going to order a life book for my birthday. I'm trying to decide which one to get, guys. I love how that came up because it's literally like open in one of my browsers right now to order it. So funny. Yeah, great for work too, right? I am rubber, you are glue. Don't let anybody else's energy stick to you. Be the silent rubber. This conversation has taken such a weird turn, but honestly, I am feeling a lot better than I have all day, so I'll take it. Yeah, great. Super simple, funny way to protect your energy. Not so serious as a lot of the other things we talk about. Breathing and picturing our energy field all work great, but if you just need a little laugh, picture yourself as the silent rubber. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath together. Breathe in. What do we need to know? Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Interesting. Deep replenishment. When this card comes up, it's full permission. I know a lot of you have been saying you're tired, you're depleted. This is your full permission to just take it easy. Here's what it says. The most selfless thing you can do, and by the way, already, it's Virgo season, sign of service. We want to help everybody else. We want to be selfless. But the most selfless thing you can do is fill up your own inner well. When we're running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Do something that deeply replenishes you today. I love this card so much for the current energy because, you know, it's the waxing moon. It's coming out of a new moon. The moon is still pretty dark. We're just kind of starting to feel those inklings of planting seeds, right? But if you're not ready to do that, the moon is still dark. It's still a time to rest. And I think it's so fitting that this card says, where is it? If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is so Libra moon, right? Like, I'm not feeling good, so I need you to make me feel good. That codependency is big with the Libra moon, let me just say. So are you reaching for somebody else to make you feel good? How can you, in your centered, grounded, peaceful state, make yourself feel good? Even if it's just taking a deep breath. Nobody else can make you feel anything. Nobody else can make you feel anything. You have to make the choice to feel good. So sometimes that's just taking time for yourself, taking some downtime, resting, replenishing yourself. And, you know, now's a great time to do it with the moon opposing Jupiter. Jupiter can be that replenishment, that optimism that we need. And we can clearly see what we need with Jupiter opposing the moon right now. So give yourself what you need tonight, even if it's like a little snack, a little something to feel good, you know? It's okay to feel good. Jupiter wants you to feel good. So yeah, full permission to give yourself what you need. Don't seek it in your relationships. Don't seek other people to make you feel good. It's probably going to cause more drama than it's worth today. Instead, just make yourself feel good so you can show up for the people that you love without judgment, without that silent need of like, you're not meeting my needs, right? Because that is what ends up causing resentment in relationships. And like, that's a whole other rabbit hole we don't need to go down. Yeah, the card is so aligned. Extra large life book. That's the one I should get. I want to do it for my birthday and like start one every year because I realize she does volumes on them. If you don't know what life books are, head to I think it's boxofknots.com. She's a woman who makes these beautiful journals with lots of inserts, different packages that you can put in the journals. Super cool. And I've never had one, so I'm going to treat myself for my birthday. We didn't realize when we were kids how powerful that line truly is and causes us to make others accountable for their own spaces. Definitely great realization. Totally. Everybody's feeling this. How can I serve if I'm on empty? Purposely pouring back into me. And you know, I love how you talked about when we're little kids, because when we are small children, we can't fulfill our own needs. So we rely on relationships to fulfill our needs. But as adults, there's such power in being like, oh, I can take care of myself now. I can fulfill my needs. And it's really easy to fall back into the patterns of like wanting someone to fulfill your needs, like a parent maybe did, hopefully did for you. Or especially if a parent didn't fulfill your needs, seeking that in current relationships, right? But there's so much power in being like, I got myself. I can fulfill my needs so I can show up in a better way and we can relate to each other and add to each other's lives, not like fill these voids in each other's lives. Yeah. Air hugs to you, Katie. Absolutely. This card, I've been feeling very needy with my partner today, feeling that codependency need. Such a good reminder to fill my own cup. Yeah, recovering codependent here. It's a journey. It's a journey, my friends. But you're here, which means you're probably already coming to that awareness. And like just even saying that, you're like totally aware, like, oh, this is a pattern I was falling into. Bravo for recognizing that. How long did we go without recognizing these things? Like, so proud of you, girl. This has been my lesson this weekend. I need peace before I can serve others. Yes. That's why I felt like impulse buying things today. That's the moon opposing Jupiter too. Like, I just want to feel good. I'm going to buy all the things. Be careful. like I wanted to buy new things, but I do not need anything new right now. I knew instantly I must not be grounded. Yeah, the moon opposing Jupiter can make you feel like you want to go on a shopping spree. And with Mars there too, it's like, let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's buy all the things. Yeah. And the moon in Libra makes us a little more materialistic. You know, we want all the pretty shiny things with the moon in Libra, the aesthetic, the new fancy stuff. But also, yeah, what's that deeper need that's not being fulfilled within you? And of course, you're so aware. You knew. I love that. Angela is so amazing. I have not had the opportunity to meet her in person, but I have seen her through other interactions, and I can't wait till our paths cross. Perfect time. I'm getting my second one in September too. Second life book. Look at that. Birthday month. Yeah. It lasted 6 months. I'm a midpoint check-in and annual check-in too. That is awesome. I'm excited. You guys are getting me so jazzed to go order a life book. And who knew? Angela probably doesn't even know. We're doing like a full ad for her right now on the stream. But yeah, I think it's boxofknots.com if you're interested in checking out her life books. Lots of my friends have them. You're on your second one too. I love it. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to do it for this episode of Transits today. As always, I'm so grateful for you being here. But today, especially, I needed this. And I needed to do this for myself. But I also am just so grateful for all of your positive energy and vulnerability and reflections. You already text her. I love you. Is it boxofknots.com? Hold on. We're doing a full ad right now. I will look it up and show you before I log off because we love to support a local female-owned business here in Sacramento. Yeah, it's boxofknots.com. I'll share it right now. Hold on. So you can see, you can get the full experience. Maybe I need to have her on the Spiritual Journalist too. You know, just having all these ideas right now. But here's what the life books look like. One sec. Here they are. So what's really cool is that she does like custom, it's not engraving on, maybe it is engraving, but a custom cover for you. And then also, let me see. Okay, so here are the sizes of them, like just full blown doing an ad for these right now. I've never even used one, but all of the people in my life freaking love these things. So, and I trust them. But also, she has all these little packs, like inserts that you can put in them. So like a little gratitude wheel for you to fill out. And they're all designed so cute. And just like lots of little prompts. There's weekly schedules. There's meal planning things. Just a great business idea. She also offers coaching to like help you get into a groove with your journaling. So many layouts. Got to go with the extra large book. All of you guys giving me the input. I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely happy to share. Oh, good. It made me laugh too. It made me laugh too. All of your energy. I needed this today, you guys. I love you all. I'm just so grateful to be here with you and that our paths have crossed in this way. And I'm feeling a lot better after this nice little conversation we had. Oh, I know. I am thinking I got to bring her on. Oh, yeah. And I know that I don't even know her story, but I can tell she's just a wealth of knowledge and wisdom. I need to connect with her. Absolutely. And you started yours in January. I love this. We're all going to be like journal crew here. This is fun. Okay. All right. I got to get going. I'm going to be here forever with you all. Love you, Rachel. It's already better. It's already better. And like I said, I only want to come here and be a positive influence for your day. And so I did take a little more time, a little bit more rest, replenishment, get in the right headspace for myself today before I came on and chatted with you all. Thank you. I received that and I appreciate it. All right, I'll be back tomorrow morning with a new episode of not the Spiritual Journalist Transits today. I'm off for the Spiritual Journalist for a little bit, friends. I gotta rest and replenish, so won't be back for a couple weeks. But we got some new things in the works. I'm bringing on some help to get the process a little bit more streamlined. So exciting things are coming for the Spiritual Journalist, just not yet this week. We're still letting that brew. But I will be back early tomorrow to talk about the transits, more Libra Moon energy. We're just feeling the Libra Moon for the next couple days. So we'll have a fun discussion tomorrow morning. I hope to see you there. I hope you have a beautiful end to your Monday and a beautiful start to your Tuesday as well. I will see you right back here tomorrow morning. But until I see you next, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.